Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me for today's midday meditation. I am so glad that you're here. And I'm especially glad that you've chosen to take this moment to break the momentum of whatever has been carrying you through your day so far. Because today I want to talk about something I think most of us experience pretty regularly. I want to talk about the cycle of busy. So before we begin, I want you to find yourself in a nice comfortable seat. If it's safe for you to do so, don't do this if you're driving, but if it's safe for you to close your eyes, I want you to close your eyes now. Take a slow, deep breath through your nose and a long, easy, slow breath out of your mouth. Again, and a release. And allow your body to settle. Allow your shoulders to soften. Just allow yourself to be here. Be in this moment. There's nothing for you to solve, nothing to figure out, nothing to analyze. For the next few minutes, you don't need to do anything at all. Just be here. Now, busy has become a normal part of life for many of us, for most of us, right? There's schedules to manage, people depending on us, work responsibilities, family responsibilities, emails, messages, appointments, all of the countless things that compete, that vie for our attention each day. And for most people I know, for women, busy isn't an occasional experience. It is actually a lifestyle. And while there is a whole lot more I can say about that, I want to focus today on something slightly different. I want to talk about what happens when, in that busy lifestyle, life adds one more thing. And I think you know this feeling, right? The schedule is already full. Your days have a rhythm. Even if it's busy, you've got a rhythm. And then suddenly life throws you a curveball, something unexpected, something important, something that requires your time and energy and your attention. Because life is going to life, and that happens to all of us. In fact, I experienced exactly that over the last couple of weeks. Something unexpected landed on my plate. It required my time, my planning, my attention. It was important, but it was out of the ordinary. It was unexpected, and it didn't match necessarily my plans. And so just like anyone else, I could feel the response arise within me, the pressure, the compression, the thoughts, the questions. How am I going to fit this all in? What am I going to do it? How is it going to work? And maybe you've experienced something similar recently. Maybe you're going through it right now. I know that you won't have to look too far back into memory for that scenario to be relevant for you. Now, what I've learned over the years is that our first instinct is often to go to battle with the busy. We want the situation to be different. We want more time. We want people to behave differently. We want the circumstances around it to change. And we want life to stop adding more to our plate. Or if it's going to add something, it better take something off, right? But the challenge is that fighting that reality usually creates more stress, not less. Because now we have the original situation, right? The one more thing that was added in. And now all of our thoughts, worries, frustrations, resistance become layered on top of the situation. And the busyness that's happening outside is now joined by the busyness inside. And that's where the stress begins to grow. So what do? Well, we don't ignore that it's happening. We don't pretend everything's fine. We certainly don't bypass our feelings. But we also don't allow our inner world to become as chaotic as the outer one. Because that's where our power lies. It's not in the controlling of every circumstance. It's in the creating calm within the circumstance. And that actually begins with something very simple. It begins with a pause, a breath, a moment of awareness, exactly like what we're doing here. When things felt especially busy for me over the past couple weeks, this is the practice that I returned to again and again. Not once, not twice, many, many, many times. I paused, I breathed, softened, and just reminded myself, created that real example, living example for myself, that calm is available even when life feels full. Calm isn't something that arrives after everything's finished. Calm is something we cultivate while life is happening. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Calm is your superpower. Not because it changes the external situation, but because it changes how you move through it. From calm comes clarity. From calm comes perspective. From calm comes the ability to respond rather than react. And all of that is available to you right now, not someday, not when the project ends, not when your schedule clears, not when everything is done, right now. So I want you to take in another slow breath in and a long breath out. Allow your body to soften, to feel supported by that which is supporting you. Taking that simple action, the mind as well will begin to settle. And that's nothing you need to force. It's just something that you can cultivate and give some space for. Because I want you to remember, life is going to life. But you do not need to match the busyness outside with busyness inside. You can pause, you can breathe. You can return to calm again and again and again. And before we wrap up today, the midday meditation, I want you to invite you to just linger in that pause, that calm, for a few or many full breaths, just settling, feeling that experience of calm, returning to that calm within you. And until next time, my friends, I wish you all the calm and clarity and ease and joy that come from returning to you. Namaste.